Hey there, it's Sandra with Brew City Thrifts. Today I am at another St. Vincent de Paul. I had such great luck the last time I was at the St. Vinny's in Waukesha that I decided to try one that is in a nearby town. Been here before, but it's been a while, so let's hit it. Cookware is at the back of this Goodwill, and I am starting in the cookware area. I noticed this Nordic Ware bunt pan. It is a relatively plain design for Nordic Ware, but I know this is a really good brand for cookware, and I decided to put it in my cart and think about it a bit. In the wood aisle, I noticed this hand carved and decorated. I believe that's part of a coconut, and it says a village scene on the inside. It was nicely done. And then I noticed this wooden cigar box. I would be interested in a wooden cigar box with an interesting graphic or one that was particularly old. This one is not as old as you might think. I think it dates back to, the 70s or so. So I leave it behind and check out this wooden horse instead. I notice on the bottom shelf here a hand painted wooden reef fish. I do like the painting on it. It is a wall hanging. It's got some scratching and damage on the edge, but overall it's a nice looking piece. It would look nice in a bathroom, or maybe if you have a pool, like a pool house, but I did decide to leave it behind. The prices on this vintage wooden canister set made in Japan by the Woodpecker brand range widely. So a single one might go for $20, but then the set of four might go for $20. I decided to leave them behind. In this tote, there were lots of coaster collections, and the first thing that drew my eye was this ceramic set of coasters with loons on them. But then I quickly noticed this set for $9.19. This is pink depression glass. And I have never picked up pink depression glass coasters before. So I was really interested. I still have not figured out who the maker is, but I decided, hey, I am going to give these a shot. I may be able to double my money even at $9. In the plates and china section, I first noticed this set of Italian dinnerware, these plates, this china set, and I do like it. I like the fall leaf in the middle. This is a set by Maxima. It has a fruit and nut theme to the plates and the china, and it's very nice. There's a lot of pieces of that. And this is the Temptations Italiano set. I have been picking this up here and there over the years, and I'm going to take those dinner plates home with me and add to my own personal collection. This plate had a fun hand-painted look. It didn't have a mark on the back. It may not have been a particularly high-quality piece, but I did think it was a fun design. And again, checking out these teacups, I do like the berries and the fruit of this china set. Continuing on in the china set area, I noticed this lovely piece of lusterware. Now this might have been a big miss. This is, I think, a biscuit jar. I turned it over. I noticed it was from Bavaria. I noticed the gilding was really strong, but I thought it looked a little bit too contemporary, and turns out to have 22 karat gold. The brand is Waltershof, and maybe it is something that I should have looked at twice. Instead, I was distracted by this beautiful hand-painted vegetable serving dish, again heavily gilded on the edges, but a lovely hand-painted job there with beautiful colors. That's the piece I should have picked up. I also left it behind, and I don't really know why now, but two potential misses right there. In the clear glass aisle, I am first attracted to this lovely lidded candy dish. It is footed. It has diamond design on the sides and a very remarkable cone-shaped knob on the top. It is next to an anchor hawking white grape leaf punch set with gold rim. These actually don't sell for a whole lot of money, but they are charming and vintage. I noticed this lidded apothecary jar, and I especially was taken by this carafe. The atomic starburst etching is what really drew me in. It also has a geometric design there around the bottom. It's an unusual shape, and I put it in my cart to think about it. It is definitely lovely at $7 and some change. Back on the shelves, I am continuing my hunt for heavily patterned glass like this lovely Wexford creamer or small pitcher. If I can find the smoky gray Wexford, you can bet I'm going to pick it up because I do have a thing for that pattern. Another lidded dish. And again, a very heavily patterned lidded dish. This is one I really wish I'd spent a little more time looking at, but I was moving pretty quick through the clear glass. And here is a piece that is a little bit tinted purple, which means it was likely sitting in the sun for a long time. I think it is called solarization when it turns light purple. In the candle section, I am scanning for large unused candles to add to my collection at home. I burn a lot of candles. I give them away as gifts to friends. And in the meantime, I do notice this art glass duck figurine. It is a votive holder. It is abstract, and while the quality is not that fine, it looks like it's from China. But I did really like the banded colors and the abstract shape, so I took it. I noticed this gargantuan vase. It is definitely speaking mid-century to me. It's got such an interesting, unique design with the drip glaze. I am kind of grooving on it. It is really huge. It's signed and it says 1978. And I really debated with myself on that, but I ended up leaving it behind. Possibly a mistake. What do you think? As I was still thinking about it, I did notice this chip on the rim that had been filled in with some color, but it is such a cool piece, so I think I might have made a mistake here. Here among the figurines, I am at the angel shelf, which it's so helpful that they label their shelves here at St. Vinny's. And I am scanning for something to just stand out and draw my eye. As you know, I am not a big collector of figurines, so it's usually something quite unusual when I am drawn to it. In this case, I finally notice these little figurines here. There's a set of what look to be, they just stand out because they're just unusual and they're just really fun. So those kind of chunky little figurines right there caught my eye for a second. And then I moved on to these mice, these resin mice, and this bobblehead set of a mice. I noticed this teapot with the bunny rabbits in this little, like it's a little bunny rabbit hole vignette. I noticed this ceramic owl figurine with the owl babies. It doesn't look that special, but it is a nice piece. someone seems to have donated a very large precious moments collection, or they've just accumulated a lot of precious moments. So lots of those on the shelves. And then here on the bottom shelf, something really catches my eye. These plates are just gorgeous. I take one out to look at it. Obviously, lovely colors, lovely painting. It's signed. I don't recognize the place names here, but I'm just taken by the quality of the painting. This pheasant or bird with the enameled elements to the plate. It is made for hanging on the walls. It's not something I typically pick up, but I really am just, I'm in love with the look of these plates. So there's two of them, and they're beautiful. They are not damaged. They do have the wires for hanging, and I decide I have got to take these with me. Look at those. Those are just gorgeous. So those go right in my cart. Continuing on in the tchotchke aisle, I noticed this bear. I thought it was blue glass, but it's clear glass with a blue backing to it. I also noticed this white stone fish. It's hand carved. I believe that's white onyx. And I like things made out of stone like this, and I frequently pick them up. So this one, $3.49, is going to go into my cart. Then I noticed this funny donkey. It is ceramic. It looks vintage, and it's just not really my jam, but I think for someone else that would have been a real fun find. I noticed this stone, probably marble lion and lamb. That is actually a nice piece, but I was distracted by this hand carved, probably ironwood turtle. I love hand carved wooden animals, and this one is a really nice one. It's got a really great grain. Look at the grain on the bottom there. And the turtle has a really funny kind of just a happy-go-lucky expression on his face. So that goes in my cart as well. I had to find a little spot for him. He's a little pricey at $7.99, but I think I can at least double my money. Then I took a look at some ceramic fish and a little Scotty dog. And then I noticed this lion. Now, I don't know why this spoke to me, but it did. This two-headed or two-faced lion, really heavy. It was made out of chalkware. I think it was vintage, and I just really liked it. I thought it would be so fun on a bookshelf. It could be a paperweight, it could be a bookend, or just a decoration. And then I took a quick look at this pretty enameled bowl, but it had a chip on it. And finally, I noticed this old-fashioned slot machine. It's got Nevada on it, Buckaroo Bank. It's a bank slot machine, and that was sort of fun. These canisters looked vintage. They've got raised fruit on them, and I would guess 1960s or 70s. A little bit further away on the shelf, I notice this metallic pineapple container. It is, it's got enough heft to it that I think it's a nice piece. And it's $6.79. I might have taken it one day, but this day I decide to leave it behind. So let's review my cart, shall we? First, we have the onyx stone fish, hand carved with little tiny beady black eyes. Next, we have this unusual glass carafe with the etched atomic starburst design. I wasn't able to find any comps online and I ended up leaving it behind. Here is the, what I think is ironwood, hand carved wooden turtle. Here is the abstract hand blown art glass duck, which I also end up leaving at the store. I picked up some forks for work and a couple candles for myself. My fingers were slippery, and when I tried to video when I picked up this ceramic mixing bowl with a spout, the video didn't take. Same thing for this hand punched and hand hammered folk art bird wall hanging. Here is that pair of gorgeous bird plates. They are hand enameled, they are signed, they are vintage, and they are dynamite. I am in love with those. Here is my Chalkware lions, double-faced, two-faced, and here is the Nordic Ware bundt pan that I end up putting back on the shelf. Here are the pink depression glass coasters, and lastly, my hand-painted Italiano dinner plates. I was on my way to the cash register when I noticed these vintage brass pheasants. They are really lovely, but one has some damage around the beak, and I would have taken them with me if it weren't for that damage because they were really quite nice.
So I'm happy with the few things that we got here today. I definitely think the other St. Vinny's is a little luckier for us, but I'm still glad that we came and tried it out. I especially liked those enameled plates. I took a moment to look them up online. Those are Turkish. And so, hey, I'm learning something new about myself. I have a thing for Turkish pottery. I just recently picked up another piece of Turkish pottery, and I definitely like that enameled hand-painted look. So like those, I like the ironwood turtle. I like that handmade metal wall sculpture. So just a few things, but it was still fun. Please come back again. Thanks for watching. Like my channel, comment, subscribe. Thrift on siblings. We will do this again. Bye-bye.